You. It is time to now throw ourselves at this level for what I'm hoping to be the absolute last time ever. But you never know, I could die at 99%, cry for 20 minutes, and then just never play this game again. You never know. Anything could happen. Is the microphone on? It is. So nobody can do the mic muted prank. Okay. I did practice the very end of the level a little bit, but other than that I haven't done any playing off stream. And after practicing the end of the level, I can safely say that I am absolutely not confident in my ability to navigate through it. I'm just relying on, fluking it. Or just the fact that if I throw myself at the end of the level enough, I'll just eventually get enough experience to finally pull it off. But we move. I should turn on local record just in case. Just in case I decide to become a good player over a few minutes. Okay, Michigan time for the first time of the day, and only 3 minutes in. We'll have to gain back our consistency from yesterday, but I'm relying on the fact that I've at least gained some new muscle memory, even if it doesn't seem so. Fudge. I still don't seem to have figured out the ball timings, even though I should already be fairly knowledgeable on them. I guess I'm just not in the geometry dash mode quite yet. Yeah, it's morning in here, so I decided to stream a little bit. Pushing myself towards the end goal here. Maybe get a good 95%. Or beat. Yeah, I mean, that's possible too, I guess. I mean, you never know. $1 million could fall on me from the sky. I'm fairly confident in my ability to beat this in, you know, if we're just speaking generally. But I won't give it any time frame because I'll be disappointed if that time frame doesn't actually end up, you know, being the reality. And I'll just start stressing out and that's gonna be my downfall. I think the best example of anything can happen is when Noble Boy took half a year to beat Bloodlust after getting 98%. Okay, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed your stream, or my stream, that is, it's mine. Hope you were thoroughly entertained for the few minutes of the very beginning of the red level you got to see. Okay, I overcompensated and went too early that time. Fudge. In a way, getting far into a level is a curse also, because you're essentially locking yourself in. Now I have to beat this, regardless. But when I was at 38, I have absolutely, you know, no reason. I cannot speak. I had absolutely no reason to push myself, but now that I'm at 92, there's practically no excuse, because it pretty much proved to myself as well as everyone who has viewed any of these streams that I have it in me to beat this. So now I have to, I guess. Have to conform to the masses here. This freaking graph is distracting me. I keep thinking there's a chat message. Because I just see movement in my left monitor. Come on, that's not fair. It's always that spike too. It's honestly kind of weird how you just pick up these weird habits of dying in a very specific place that isn't particularly hard, but you know, for some reason. Another good one is the last duel. Every time I try to do a 70 to 100 run, that's always the, you know, the hurdle. Not even Giron's part as much. I mean, Giron's part, sure, that's also hard and does give me trouble, but you know, getting past Giron's part still isn't a guaranteed G-boy, because there's a 50-50 chance I die at the duel. Those deaths are always startling when they happen. Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such view. And then it just cuts off again. I absolutely refuse to conform. YouTube, you cannot bully me into submission this easily. You'll have to try just a little bit harder than that. Am I wearing the same shirt I was yesterday? Gosh diddly darn it, now I'm gonna be made fun of for all eternity. Okay, that's it. I'm hella practicing evasions part, because apparently that's hard now. I wonder if this is a good start. Absolutely not. I'm still a little unsure. Okay, let's try this. Okay, it's good enough. Okay, and I immediately nail it. I'm just that good at games when there are no stakes. Okay, I talked too much shit, now I'm getting hit for it. There we go. And that took us like, I don't know, 10 attempts. Well, not even 10 attempts, but still way too many. Okay, what's with the evasions part being the hardest thing in the universe? I do not understand how this game works. Or how my consistency at this game works, for that matter. There we go. Okay, that's very scary. Because I'm just imagining the consequences of that happening on normal mode. It would feel quite devastating. We're gonna practice Etzer. Gonna need that 70 to 100 run to really boost me here. I freaking hate how that duel is so hard for me. Like, I feel like I'm the only person to ever actually have trouble with that. Even though that's probably not the case, but still. I'm genuinely so bad at the dual game mode that even a dual mode game, even a dual part of that level that gives me so much trouble. I was going for the Michigan route, but it didn't even jump, so... Honestly, kind of surprised that I still managed to react and jump over the triple spike there, but okay, let's go back on normal mode. It's not like this level is gonna beat itself just by me practicing. Okay, one way to go. Ouch. My ego hurts. I need a drink of this unspecified liquid. It tastes like slightly sweeter than it should, which is weird. This is now a food review channel. I'm just tasting everything, just licking the walls. I don't know, kind of flavorless. Okay, this literally tastes like concrete. Might as well be eating rocks. Ouch. Double ouch. Come on, what's with that wave? Come on, dude, you used to be cool. Golly, I'm starting to get the feeling that this level is actually kinda hard. My hands are so cold. Makes no sense. They should be... Well, goodbye. Goodbye, game. It was fun while it lasted. I accidentally just hit the window. Okay, that's all that happened there. Okay. Weird curves. Come on, that's the dumbest way to die there. Well, that's the first crack of the day, and it only took us half an hour. See you in another half an hour. That's actually funny. Just makes no sense. How can you even make that mistake? It feels so weird that 2 minutes can, you know, contain something just so ridiculously difficult that it takes thousands upon thousands of attempts to pull off. It's not like Guitar Hero where the hardest of songs can sometimes be up to 20 minutes long. But instead just like, you know, in this 2 minutes, a 1 second can feel like the most stressful period of the time. I should have worded that sentence just a little bit more intelligently, if that is in a more intelligent manner. But you do know, you understand what I mean. Okay, now we're gonna climb up to 100%, one singular percent at a time. I'd be down for that if it was actually a consistent growth. Your bitrate is lower than recommended. Come on, 49 again. And we have another one of those cryptic fucks in my chat. You know, you're always welcome there. I appear so drunk when I talk slowly. Okay, I got my focus back. Both camera and, you know, real life. Okay, so what's the deal with Crack's part being so difficult all of a sudden? Well, that's one way to lose among 15,000. I'm just imagining the plight of somebody going for Bloodbath. Like having to beat the entirety of Cataclysm just to get a shot at Bloodbath. Only for it to probably stop at Michigan, statistically speaking. I was being distracted by my preview of all things. I mean, not that it really affects it that much, but because I'm talking through a lot of my runs, as you have probably noticed. But it's just that I didn't regain my focus quick enough. because I usually have the ability to, focus somewhere else and quickly direct it back to the game when needed. That goddamn UFO part, it never gets easier. Well, I mean it does, but it still remains relatively the same difficulty. I mean, the more time I take to beat this, the better player I will be by the end of this. Technically, if I were to just fluke it with absolutely no skill at all, that wouldn't really make me too much better at the game. A little bit, yeah, but I don't know, I'm just coming up with something positive here, because I know this will take some time still. One of these attempts I will finally get past Crackspar. Until then we'll be stuck in purgatory. For seemingly ever. Okay, back to evasions part being the hardest thing in the universe despite being one of the easiest part of the entire level. If I sound annoyed, it's because I actually kind of am. Not about the fact that I haven't beaten it, just because I'm, not dying at the actually hard parts now. Because dying at the easy part will always feel like a wasted opportunity to me. The opportunity being to die at a hard part. Like death at Kieran's part, sure, I mean I died very late into the level, but at least that's actually difficult. Okay, that's enough of that. It was kinda funny though. You have to admit it. By the way, sorry if I'm not talking too much, I'm really trying to just hammer down on this consistency. Ew, cringe, UFO death. Get that away from me. That's how the girls in my school react when they hear that I do YouTube. Just kidding, I'm not at a school right now. Both physically and figuratively, I actually don't go to a school. At the moment, I just graduated from high school and now I'm not doing anything for the time being. I will do eventually, but that's gonna have to wait a little bit. Come on. Come on now, don't be like that. Come on, what got you down, buddy? Wanna talk about it, Crackspart? Because you're clearly bothered by something and I just can't figure out what it is. And if you're not willing to communicate, we cannot work towards a solution at all. Ouch. Okay. That's so annoying. Well, my nerves were really kicking in there, so I don't think that attempt could have been it, even if I had made it all the way to Edger. Let's really just hammer down that particular portion of the level now. Oh, I'm really learning. Wow, I'm practically the best player. I feel like that's too high. Let's do the transition once. Are you? Yeah, you're half speed. Okay, so you enter pretty low. Around here. Ouch. What is that? And don't freaking tell me that's gonna happen to me on normal mode, because I will be pissed. I am not pissed now because there are practically no consequences, but on normal mode that will be very annoying. And notice the usage of will and not would. Okay. Okay, I'm so bad at it, sir. Hello, that's ya boy NJ. You have a long introduction to your name. And I admire that, to be exactly honest. I definitely am not saying that to criticize. The usage of definitely may come across as sarcastic, but I assure you that that is not the case. I'm just really pushing towards trying to finally beat this freaking thing. Okay, I didn't time that pause correctly, but... So that was a 70 to 100, I think. A sip of some unspecified liquid. And here we go. Back to normal mode. Away from the bliss that is practicing. Michigan's part in Bloodbath is the best part. Yeah, if you watch any of my streams, you definitely know that I agree 100%. Never had as much fun as getting the Michigan's part on normal mode. I sometimes die there on purpose just to experience it again. Okay, took a little flight there. all the way to the stratosphere. Okay, now I'm just the best player ever. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Well, there is absolutely nothing I am gonna do about that. Notice how I didn't say can. I don't know if I can do anything about it, but I'm not gonna. Keyboard's part in Bloodbath is chat, I don't know, bright, glowy, bad. It's certainly stressful. I wouldn't say it's bad in and of itself if you put it in a vacuum, but the fact that it's the last part of the entire level is definitely a conscious decision. Because it's very slow and requires some heavy concentration. And heavy concentration under the 120 beats in a minute heart you have pumping in your chest is gonna be very difficult to execute in practice. Take that from me, a guy who died to the actual dual transition that's supposed to be practically automatic. Okay, the funny pink orb prank on S-G, he was furious. I'm gonna get to your message soon. Theory of Everything 2 is cool, that like is meh good. I actually enjoy clubstep bits. Theory of Everything 2 is my favorite out of the Erupt of Demons. Deadlocked is... I agree, Deadlocked is meh. Because it's pretty much just moving objects and I think the wave parts are brutal for a beginner. Or not a beginner per se, but you know, a person who's trying to beat Blood. Correct. A person who's going for Deadlocked is most likely going to struggle with the first and the dual wave at the end. The most, not even as much with the other parts like the robot and whatnot. Like nothing in that level comes close to the actual wave parts in it. And I think that's bad balancing. Then also the last UFO part is a little random. I mean, there is a consistent way to beat it, but it's very hard to read, so you'll pretty much just have to learn it. Kinda like the whole ship part towards the end, where the blocks just move all over the place. But Clubstep, it's a very close second to Theory of Everything 2 for me. I enjoyed it. I guess a part of my taste for Clubstep is the fact that it was the only demon for the longest time. And it was such a legend. Like you were actually considered something if you had beaten it. Nowadays it's pretty much... The people who don't know a lot about Geometry Dash are gonna think that Deadlocked is the hardest level, and I just don't think that Deadlocked is a... Deadlock doesn't hold the status that Clubstep used to. 74% on Deadlock died at the wave. Yeah, I can definitely see why. Back when I was going for it the first time, it was actually the first day of 2.0 back then. I was playing with my laptop using the up arrow, so you can imagine that it's 60 Hz. I was stuck at that wave for like hours. Then I died once at the final ship part, and then after I got past the final ship part, I finally beat it. And with all 3 coins. And after that I just could never rebeat it, although I tried a lot. All on mobile. Yeah, on mobile I got to 70 something. I never actually beat it on mobile. I've been all other rock top levels on mobile except for Deadlocked. So I will give you that. You will be officially way better than me if you do it. Well, now that I think about it, Theory of Everything 2 also has that one ship part at the, I think it's 80% mark, where it's those very steep slopes for no reason. And I think that's really brutal. 93%. So you're kinda like me on Bloodbath. Died at the very end, and now I'm just, you know, reconsidering everything, where, you know, what went wrong in life where I'm now stuck playing this red level for hours on end. But, you know, nothing in particular is forcing me to play this level, it's just this invisible force that is holding me. That would be the 92% on this level. Because when you get this far into a level, you pretty much just have to push until you actually beat it. But it can be a curse, kinda like 98% on Bloodlust with Noble Boy. He took half a year to beat it after that, and I'm not blaming him at all. You know, even though all the top players were like, Bloodlust isn't even hard, I can beat it with my toes. Like, I still admire the fact that he did go through with it. Ouch. What was my last death in Clubstep before I beat it for the first time? I think it was 87%. I beat it pretty fast after that. I mean, 80% in Clubstep is also kind of brutal. With the whole switching gravity at the miniship, or no, it's not a miniship part. It's a big ship, but still the gravity switches are kind of brutal when you're going for it for the first time. It's obviously not hard anymore. I'm thinking 2.2 will release in fall. I personally am not fixated on any particular time because I've been disappointed so many times that there's no point in trying to predict it anymore. If it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, then... oh well. This game is still pretty fun as is. I mean, sure, it may feel kind of empty if it doesn't get, you know, any new content, but... I mean, I still have a lot of demons to beat. Before I can say that I'm officially done with this game, that is. No, my goal is not to beat literally every single level that's released online, but... my goal is to essentially become good enough to actually, you know, get my name on the list at least. Yeah, he may have said that, but I still am not gonna, you know... I'm not gonna argue about it, but I myself am not gonna really get particularly hyped about it before it actually releases. Because words in and of themselves don't really hold any weight. It's kinda like if I said that I will beat Bloodbath, but then actually never beat it. Ouch. That UFO part is definitely the most fun portion of this entire level, and no one can prove me otherwise. No objective or subjective evidence will dissuade me. "2.2 demons. Well, I mean, you can already play some brutal stuff in 2.1 with all the triggers that you already have, kinda like toggle and whatnot. Like, you can make the most cryptic level with absolutely no indication, just make it completely invisible and full of triggers, so the random trigger will definitely be pretty much the only thing that will absolutely make memorization brutal. But I mean, I'm hoping that the community will know better than to reward people just abusing the random trigger. Kinda like they're doing with the 2.0 triggers, because initially when there were actually limitations on what kind of memorization you could make, people were pushing it to its limits, but when 2.0 came out with all the alpha and toggle triggers, it just... the people who pushed the game to its absolute max in terms of making memorization just got punished and stopped doing that. But yeah, all of the direction changes will definitely take some getting used to, that much I will say. Especially since I took another look at the 2.2 sneak peek and saw that where it leaves off there's actually a sideways ball part. You know, where you actually go from a wall to a wall, like this. And that's gonna really mess with my brain. I'ma be right back. Okay. No pressure. You don't need to watch this. That's a reminder to anyone who could be watching this. That is. You know, kinda like I'm not officially obligated to beat this level, you are not officially obligated to watch me beat this level. I got a message. Okay, I have read said message. My final message. Goodbye. Okay. I have lost all ability to straight fly. Okay, I actually have. I was joking, come on, give me back my powers. Hello, Aldan. Katjara, I definitely butchered your name, but hello regardless. My ultimate goal is to disrespect literally every person who joins this stream by either butchering their name or just... I actually don't know what other ways there are to subtly disrespect somebody. I don't know, being passive aggressive. Just insulting them head on. Okay. Yeah, I could tell that based on your name. I have learned just a little bit of Russian. Not enough to actually speak it, but... I'm good, thank you actually for asking me. It's morning here and... Oh, it's actually 12 p.m. It's not morning anymore. It's afternoon now. And I'm really just trying to, you know, push myself to finally beat this level here. Because I've been going for this for quite a while. My hardest demon is Ice Carbon Diablo X. Okay. That's another 58% death. It's kind of a jump to go from ICDX to Bloodbath, but I've almost beaten it, so might as well double down. Okay, just straight curve to the spike. Michigan time. I'm from Finland, so right next to Russia actually. It's like we have this absolutely massive neighbor to our east that just kinda looking over us. And I'm not even trying to bring politics into this. I am actually not even that interested in what's going on in the world. But yeah, I am from Finland, that's to answer your question. I mean, I know the basics of what's going on in the world, but I don't know the nuances, let's put it like that. By the way, how did you discover this stream? Were you just looking through the Geometry Dash category, or did you search, I don't know, Geometry Dash or Bloodbath? Because I know for a fact that YouTube isn't recommending this to anyone. Because I'm not quite popular enough just yet. Time to take another sip of this unspecified liquid. Absolutely delicious. I searched live game broadcasts, GD. I thought so, yeah, that's pretty much the only way for a small channel to get viewers. Hey, I'm glad you doubled down on this stream out of all of them. I mean, you do get the occasional people who beat Extreme Demons, but when I look there, it's usually just level requests and things like that. Or creating. And the only reason I'm streaming this is because I'm too lazy to edit a video, so it's much easier if I can just, you know, get the video as I'm recording it, aka stream. For the mid stage, yeah, there's absolutely no problems. Because I can understand you just fine and that's enough. And you know, English isn't my first language either, so you know, I make mistakes too. Now, I'm fairly confident in the fact that I know that I am pretty good at English, but you know, it's nobody will judge you for your English, let's put it like this. As long as they can understand you, nobody will like go, your English is bad, I'm not gonna talk to you. And if they do, they're just an asshole. I got it, okay, good. Okay, just crashing directly into that 11% spike. It's another time. Okay. I'm down. There we go. Swiftly avoided danger. Fair. Okay, Michigan time again. Ouch, that's so ridiculously painful. That's also just such a specific scenario too. You know, you'd never expect to die that way. And to imagine that I got 92 on this thing. Sorry for all the mouth noises. I'm not intending to make any ASMR here. I'm also making a lot of weird faces. If I get far into this level, I just start looking like I'm in pain. You know, you can take a screenshot and make an S-Blank G funny faces compilation. And get no views because nobody knows who S-Blank G is. Ouch. I'm so surprised I didn't die just there. Okay. How you play and read. And it's usually if the part is easy enough, I can quickly look away and read it. The chat is right next to my game, so I have the time to quickly look away. I don't usually read the chat if I'm really far into the level, but it's usually if I notice that somebody sent a chat message, my brain immediately tells me read it, read it, read it, read it, and I just look. Kinda like this part, I wouldn't read the chat now. But in this part I can just fine take a quick look. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. It's kind of like when some people also ask me how do I talk and play at the same time, and it's... If the part is something easy enough, I can easily talk while playing it. But because this level is a mix of really hard parts and not so hard parts. You know, some parts are significantly easier than the others. And one of those hard parts is Michigan. That pretty much is the only reason I'm taking this long to even beat this. If Michigan's part was easier, I probably would have already beaten this level a long time ago. And if you don't know, Michigan's part is the gray part. If I get there, I'll point it out. But you probably do know that because this level is very well known. Ouch, my ego. In bits and pieces, completely shattered. Beyond recognition. Okay, that death is always refreshing, because it's so rare. I have a 165 Hz monitor, but I'm using the bypass to push myself all the way to 360 Hz, which I think the community already allows bypass to be used. I also have a second monitor, which is a 144 Hz one, but that's not what I'm using to play. And the only reason I have two 144 Hz monitors is because I already had one to begin with, and I wanted a second monitor. And then, you know, this was on sale, so I bought it. Normally. I'm back from poo eating. So were you eating, were you pooping, or were you eating poop, or eating while pooping, or... 75 Hz is pretty good still. I mean, I do recommend using the FPS bypass because that makes the game way easier. You know, if your computer can handle it, just like go to 240 or 360 Hz and you will notice the difference. It doesn't make the game like, you know, play itself for you, but it essentially gives you more opportunities to click, let's put it like that. Because normally... Gay. Нет. Не, я не gay. I'm actually not Russian, I could barely speak enough to form that sentence. And you know, I have no idea what Katyara is saying right now, for example. I mean, I pretty much don't either, NJ. I know a little bit of the vocabulary and whatnot, but I couldn't actually, like, hold a conversation. I'm a bit decent at Spanish and Korean. Well, that's respectable. I barely know my way around English. You know, half the time I just get strokes and completely lose the ability to speak. Especially while playing a right level of intense difficulty. I know just a little itsy bitsy bit of Spanish. And just a touch of Swedish. But other than that, I just speak Finnish and English. Finnish being my mother tongue, my first language. And I probably have... I'm a I do that mistake constantly. I was trying to build a 6-star level and my friend was like, dude, this is an easy demon. And I constantly do that. But hey, at least you got a rated level though, that's quite the achievement. I know Russian and Ukrainian language, but learning English and Dutch. That's also respectable. We have quite the multilingual chat here. And I mean, you seem to be pretty far into learning English already, considering you can already like form a lot of sentences and partake in basic conversation. And that's already like really far into learning a language. Why am I holding my hand on my knee? This absolutely helps me in no way whatsoever. Well, that's where it's stuck now. Okay, classic triple spike death. Gotta have one of those in a while. How long have I been even live for? I actually cannot check right now because I'm kind of occupied. Almost 2 hours, that's pretty crazy. Gonna take a sip of some unspecified liquid over here. Can I play from my OBS preview? I can, but it's 60 Hz. That's really hard. Hey, I did that. Well, I almost did that. Okay, let's switch back to the actual good refresh rate. Oh, German. Yeah, I was kind of unsure if you were talking about Dutch or Deutsch as in German. One time I was in a level column, the host of the level deleted the whole entire second part of it, replaced it with his own. It took so long to build. Why must he do that? People can just generally do mean shit out of nowhere. I mean, I was part of a mega collab once and I just got kicked out of it out of nowhere. And the level host actually tried to reach out to me multiple times after kicking me out and was like, hey, you wanna come back? Well, no, he didn't ask me back to that level, but he asked me to another collab, and I was at that point I already just decided that no, I will absolutely not partake in anything you are hosting anymore. I'm not gonna reveal the person or what that level is, but that is my experience with being part of a collab. But yeah, that's a really shitty thing to do, just deleting your part out of nowhere. Come on, dude, why at the UFO part? I have 2 concurrent viewers that are believing in me. I trolled some people. How? Well, I made a level that seems like a make your ship part, but I made mine a level. Hold on, I trolled some. I don't quite understand the nuances there. I... Is that like a trend where you post a level that's like, you know, make your own something? If I knew that, I would probably catch up. Let's just practice Michigan for just a little change of scenery. I I keep forgetting that minus is a scene change in OBS. You had to stare at my... You had to get real close and personal with me for a second there. Started by some unknown person I followed in and I trolled some people. I still don't entirely understand your trolling there, but what I am getting is that you just essentially made a... You made an entire level when you were supposed to make just a sheep part. Is that what is going on here? Hold on, let me check. How much delay is there? Yeah. Okay, I am on pace here. What is your nickname in GD? Mine is just sblankg, the exact same that as on YouTube. Okay, why am I so bad at Michigan's part? I will let as a friend. If you're talking to me, I will accept after the stream. If you're not, then... Okay, classic 79 death. I heard that brings good luck. Ah, yes, a lot of good luck. Surprised I didn't die just there. Okay, another 70 to 100 run to give me just a little bit more confidence. Ah, Bloodbath is right there. Okay. Evasion death for additional good luck. Fair. The speed of light got banned for I don't know how long because I was grinding bait first to get prestige. Where did it get banned? Now I'm very out of the loop. Okay, just crashing directly into that large spike up there. My plan all along. It is unfolding as we speak, and you can do absolutely nothing to stop it. Oh, you broke my computer. Okay, plan has been stopped. Let's place my left arm on the armrest. Alright, I'ma go now. See ya. Goodbye, NJ. I hope you enjoyed your stay in this humble torture session of a Bloodbath stream. Frick. Ouch. I just thought of something funny. You. God damn it, if I'm gonna start laughing, I'm just gonna lose all focus. Like that. Why is Crack's part beyond cursed? So many attempts at it and I just haven't made it past it once. 0 kilobytes per second. Is the internet just completely out? No, it's randomly returning? I really don't want to have to restart the stream. Fudge. I just spilled unspecified liquid all over myself. Attempt 60 is gonna be the last one of this stream. I might return later today, but I'm not making any promises. But I'm fairly certain that I can beat this level if I just keep at it. And if I play this off stream, I promise to at least record, so I'll have it uploaded. I hope I'll beat it on stream, but I will play it also off stream at some points, but I will record everything so I don't risk beating it without... Why am I taking such a long time to form one simple sentence? You know what I mean. And last attempt. And we really made it count. Okay, well that's it for this stream. I will return at a later point, whether it's tomorrow or today. But for now, goodbye to everyone who is viewing this in post for whatever reason. I just turned my light off with my feet, and I'm very proud of myself for this.